What's up, good people? Haha, there we go. I don't like that. I like it like this. I don't care about it turning it. Alright, so we're going to do it like this. And I'm going to invite some people really quickly. So please don't mind me turning my camera a little bit for a couple of seconds, y'all. Gonna make sure I invite people. And what I want to do as well is to have you all do the party as well. If you all can do the watch party for me, I will greatly appreciate that. I am going to. I don't see anybody in here that I can invite though. Well, so I'm actually gonna just go ahead and get started because I don't wanna. I see the folks that are on that group page there. I'm just gonna go ahead. So y'all can come on in. I'll make sure that we get going. Make sure that I'm nice and clear. And what I'm gonna do too, because I'm gonna have a couple of devices going at the same time. So I'm gonna do my own little search watch party, so you all can hear me. And today I want to welcome everybody to the brand new development series that we do. It's the third Monday, so y'all know we come on here, and usually sometimes I have a guest, sometimes I don't. This particular Monday I don't have anyone to bring with me, so I wanted to actually do something in conjunction with everything that's going on to let everyone kind of talk about some things that might affect you as a business professional, but also as a just a personal and everything. So we want to make sure that with all that's going on, that people have an understanding of. Yeah, let's see if that changes because I'm sideways. There we go. Okay. So I do have to do it sideways. I will have to do it sideways, you all. So hopefully this will turn out correctly because I'm gonna do it that way, so that everybody so that I can look right on the screen there. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to do this. See if I can't. Oh, on my end here, do a couple of things just to get started. So let's see if I can. I want to create. It's not allowing me to create a watch party for some reason. Let me see what's going on with this thing. Let me go inside here. Maybe I can create the watch party through here, but I don't see that there as well. Get back out of this. Okay, because I want to share it, but I also want to make sure that others are watching it too. And I thought that I would be able to create the watch party by going in and doing this, but I don't see the option on here, so I'm just gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna share it the other way. That way, it can actually be on my page as well, and then I'll have to share it out that. So if you're watching, give me some likes. Let me know that you're there, and I can go ahead and we'll get into tonight's discussion of what we're going to talk about, so that we can, so we can get into the discussion. Because tonight, what I'm going to be discussing is the what I call the guest experience program that I have implemented with my company J&F Enterprises, and as you all may or may not know, J&F is my company. We are a distribution, publishing, and business consulting firm located here in Baltimore. What we do is we assist individuals as well as businesses to be able to do more marketing, do more branding, and if you're an aspiring entrepreneur or an aspiring author, we offer book consulting services as well as business consulting services to be able to assist you to be able to bring your vision to reality. Bringing that vision to reality is something that is something that's great. That is something that's special to me. All right, so I'm gonna do that there. Okay, so I got that one, and then one more share, and then I'm gonna get into it. I don't know why my individual page is not on here. This really bites, but anyway, we're gonna get started. Get into this evening. I'm not going to do this long, but what it is we're going to talk about, like I said, it's going to be the guest experience program. And guest is an acronym for a couple of things. Guest is an acronym for gather information, understanding your client, your client, and you understand your client and your market. You're going to explain the benefits, and then we're going to supply the options, and then it's time to make a decision. So we're going to get into those tonight. As I mentioned, and you can write this down, please write it down, the guest experience program. That's gather information, understand your client and you and their needs, being the answer, explain the options, explain the benefits. Explain the benefits. You're going to supply options, and then you're going to time to make a decision. So let's talk about the first one, the G, which is gather information. Where are you gathering information from? As an entrepreneur, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a manager, these can apply to you, and you can use it in the sense of sales. As well, and I think it's a great system to be able to create for your sales, to be able to understand how you can best assist your sales and assist in being able to close out in more sales, to be able to impact positively your bottom line. That's what this guest program I created is for. It's mainly for. It's for that purpose. Because what happened was I was trying to figure out a way to be able to, what way could I be able to do the thing, gain more sales, and be able to increase my effectiveness in being able to not only get sales, the potential sales, but also close in on them. So hopefully this will be able to help you to be able to do that very thing. So the first thing that you do is you gather information. What information are you gathering? Well, you want to gather information on your industry, your particular industry that you are a part of, because the more informed you are, the better you're able to understand your target market, the better you're able to understand what the needs are in your market, and to also better understand your business and your brand. So if you're gathering information on those things that you can possibly be the answer for. You all have heard me say before, many times before, I only deal with people who have answers, not problems. Because as a business, as a brand, as a entrepreneur, and even as a manager, as a just a personal person, you are in business to solve problems. You are in business to be the answer for someone. And the only way that you can do that is if you have the information. If you don't have the information, then you can't know what you're the answer for. So the first big thing is you want to gather information. You want to gather information on your industry. You want to gather information on your company, because you want to know your company. You want to know your business. You want to know your brand. Who are you as a brand, in order to be able to assess what you are the answer for. So when you gather that information, once you've gathered that information, then you can understand where it is where it is that you have to go next, what it is that you have to be able to do next for that person or company or whatever it is that you are that you're trying to be the answer for. And gathering information also allows you to be able to have your product and your service be as fulfilling and as accurate as it can be, to be able to be in the market. Just to give you an example of you gathering information, if you gather information on your particular target market, you can do a questionnaire. You might want to actually, let's say if you're a speaker, you may want to find out what conferences or expos that are out there that you can be a part of. So you've got to gather that information. You can do that. You can do that through the different resources that are out there. You may know someone who is a planner, who is an event planner. So you find the different avenues of gathering the resources and the information that you'll need in order to be able to be the best speaker that you want to be able to that you want to be in that particular instance. If you're someone who has apparel, then you want to find out what are the best material that you want to use. So you may want to talk to different manufacturers out there to see what products that they have, and gain an understanding of those particular products. If you're an author, then you may want to gather information on the printing companies that are out there, what printing companies out there that may give you what different rates they have for printing books. You may find out you may need an editor, so you have to find out who are the best, what the going rate is for an editor, what information that they'll need, all of those different aspects of information that you'll need in order to be able to create the product and service that you want to be able to have. So that's the first thing, is gather information. So that's the first thing. So you're gathering information. The second thing that you're going to do is understand your clients, and understand the client, but also understanding you as a business, you as a brand. And I say all of those because understanding the client or your potential client will allow you to be able to know whether or not you can meet their needs. It's important that you have an understanding of what their needs are, and what you're able to actually do. What can hinder you is not understanding that, because what you'll do is you can wind up damaging your brand, your product or service, because there may be an unrealistic expectation where, if you're telling a particular potential client that you can do this, or that you have no problem doing that, and then when it comes time to actually fulfill that particular need for them, and you're not able to to give it to them, then they will not only talk about you, but they may say, wow, they may tell other people that, that they shouldn't do business with you because this person, they told me that they could do this, but they couldn't do it. Or they promised me this, and I didn't do that. Now, there are of course going to be there are going to be times, or there are going to be things that people may not. They may have an unrealistic expectation of what it is that you are providing for them, the product or service that you're providing for them, and that's going to happen. But the goal of understanding the goal of understanding the needs of your client is for you to be able to say, I know that I provide this particular product, this particular service for this particular type of clientele or this target market, and I'm able to not only meet their needs, but I'm also able to exceed their expectations. And I think that we as entrepreneurs, we as businessmen and women, since I'm talking to Black professional men, that it is important that we do have a clear understanding of that you don't want to just go in to be able to just meet people's needs, meet your clients' needs. You do want to exceed their expectations, because when you exceed their expectations, then what happens is you're able to take your brand and relatively grow it to a next level, because those people will be like, wow, I wasn't expecting to get just this from you, or I was expecting to just get this from you, but not only did you give me this, but you also gave me this along with this, and it shows people that that you're concentrating more on making sure that that they do repeated business with you. It's not just a one and done. It's not just here you go, give me and you get their money and then you're gone. It's a thing where you're developing a relationship with them. You're developing ties to them, and you're establishing a rapport with them. I can't express enough how important it is to develop relationships with the clients that you have, because that's how you gain loyal people. That's how you gain loyal customers. That's how you gain loyal clients, is by developing those relationships where it becomes more than them just where it's just transactional between you. When you have add that little personal touch of exceeding their expectations, it goes a long way. And I think everyone who's listening to me, I think understands that. Hopefully they understand that, and they'll see that, and they'll be able to say, "Wow, yeah, I'm not only going to going to provide like me business consulting, but what I'm going to do is take it a little bit beyond saying, okay, here's the products that I have for those that are that I'm consulting with, and that they can get more out of what the relationship has than just, oh, here's the product, here's the service, and we move on. It's a thing where, wow, I not only got the product and service from them, but I gained some knowledge, some information, some resources that I would not have gotten from someone else. And I'll give you a prime example of that, not only meeting the needs but exceeding the expectations. When I was writing my book, I was writing one of my books, Young and Gifted, The New Generation of Entrepreneurship. I went to a printer, Black Classic Press printing company, a local printer that's here in Baltimore, Maryland. And this was like my second book, so I didn't know all of the ins and outs of book publishing, book printing, and everything like that. And I had in my mind about how I wanted the book to look. And the Young and Gifted has 21 entrepreneurs who are under the age of 40 who are not in music, sports, or entertainment. And what I did was I did a profile and had a conversation with each of those entrepreneurs. And at the beginning of each chapter, I wanted to have the picture of that particular entrepreneur. So And I wanted it to be in color. Not knowing at the time that there was a difference between having color paper, doing something in color, and then having something done just in regular black and white traditional paper. There's an difference. There's a really big difference between doing something in color and doing something in black and white. So when I expressed to Mr. Coates, who is the owner of Black Classic Press, what I wanted to do, he gave me the quote, and I was like, "Well, that's not in my budget. Is there anything else that is there something else that I can do that would be able to assist me to be able to still kind of do what I wanted to do, but at the same time, kind of uh, cut the cost down." So Mr. Coates not only made a suggestion to me where I went from having 20, 21 pages of color, because you got to remember with printing, the front and back are a page each, so each front and back. So I had 21 entrepreneurs, which meant I had the front and back that was going to be considered in color throughout the book. So what he suggested to me was, since I wanted it in color, was let's take the pictures of the particular entrepreneurs, and we'll put them in the back part of the book to coincide with the pages, with the chapters that we had them with, and then we can still do it in color. So I said, okay, let's see what it looks like. And I went from having those 21, 42 pages of color, because remember I said it's front and back, so it's 2 pages, to now just having 2 pages of color. And there was a significant difference in the price. So that was something that he didn't have to do, but he did do, and it not only met my need, but it exceeded my expectations. And he even went a little further than that when he took me into the processing center for their printing books, and he walked me through the printing process so that I could better understand how books are put together, the layout and all of those things, the different machines that are used, and the different process. So here was this man taking this young man who didn't know much about printing and all of those things, but he actually explained to me. So as a consequence of it, I now know more about the actual printing process than I would have had I not had him. Because had I gone and used another type printer, it would have just been, okay, send us the files, we'll print it for you, we'll do it, and that would have probably been the end of it. But since he took the time to nurture that relationship between he and I, it not only met my need, but it exceeded my expectation for for what we were doing. And I have since then developed that relationship. We've developed that relationship, and I am a loyal customer for him because of that very thing, because of the way that I know that he treats his customers, the way that he treats his clients. And he's going to take the time to do certain things that he may not do with, everyone. I don't know if he does that with everybody, but he did that particular thing with me. And it was a matter of me gaining a better understanding. So he understood what I wanted and needed as a client of his, and he was able to assess it and then not only say, hey, I can meet your need, but I'm going to exceed your expectation by giving you some knowledge, some information, and even a resource that you wouldn't have with dealing with someone else. So that can be the difference between you having just a customer, a one-time customer, and you having a loyal customer that deals with you and deals with you specifically when it comes to certain products and services. So that's the key in understanding your client, understanding you, and understanding what you can provide, what you can do to be able to meet the need and exceed the expectation. So that's that. That's the you. So what is the E? The E, like I said before, is explain the benefits. What do I mean by explain the benefits? What I mean by explain the benefits is when you explain to your clients, when you explain to your customers what they get from the particular product or service that you're going to be providing for them, then they have a better understanding of what it is they can do, what it is they're getting out of this particular product or service that they're providing for you. And to give you an example of that, I'll use the retail industry. Let's take, for instance, this is men, so we'll talk about suits. You want to go buy a suit, right? You want to go buy a suit, and you don't necessarily know all of the, and you don't know the particulars about suits. Most men unfortunately they don't know their size, they don't know their suit, they don't know the jacket size, they don't know the waist size, they don't know the shirt size, so they come in not knowing this bit of information, which they should. And just a little side note: every man, you all should know what your what your shirt size is, what your jacket size is, what your waist size is, in order to be able to, when you go to buy a suit, and be able to have something that fits you nice. So going into the retail store, you're coming in and you go in and you have someone that comes in and they don't know their shirt size, or they don't even know material. They may not know the difference between wool and a blend. You say blend to them, they're like, what's a blend? So when you're able to come in and explain to them the difference between 100% wool suit and a suit that's a blend, that's a poly rayon blend. Let me specify that, a poly rayon blend, or the difference between a Jones of New York suit, or a Joseph Abu suit, and or a Linea Umo suit, and a lineage brand suit, or a Nautica suit that's a blend. The difference in the material. The difference in the material is 100% wool is your best kind of material to be able to have for a suit, because it breathes, it does all of those things, and being able to explain that to them gives them some insight as to the suit, how often they wear it, all of the wear that they're going to get out of the suit, how to take care of it. All of those things can go, or should go along with it, along with giving them their particular size, and making sure that they understand the size. They're understanding their size, knowing their size, knowing your weight, what your waist size is, giving them that information, taking the measurements and giving them size. But going even beyond that, like I said, the material that they're using, the benefits that that come along with using a 100% wool suit versus having a poly rayon blend suit. What are the benefits of one versus the other? And then also, even with the shirts are made out of different materials as well, because different designers use different materials. So you want to make sure that you have information and knowledge that you can give them, that will show them the benefits of having this versus that. And even when it comes to business consulting, when we talk about starting a business, what's the difference between a sole proprietor and an LLC? What are the benefits of having having an LLC versus a sole proprietor? What protections go along with that? What are the benefits of having a team around you versus not having one, and trying to have to do everything yourself? What are those benefits? What is it that you gain from having those people, or having a particular product or service, or even with being an entrepreneur? What software is best for you? Knowing the different software that you can explain to people that they can use in order to be able to get the best results that they want to be able to get out of being an entrepreneur, or having a particular product or service. If they have, let's say there's somebody who has they have apparel. What are the best, what's the best material to use in that instance? What are the best, this right here, what are the best media tools, social media tools to be able to use? Why is it better to use Facebook versus Instagram? Why is it better to use YouTube versus YouTube versus LinkedIn? What are the benefits of having the different platforms? So as an entrepreneur, you need to know those things. As you know, just in your personal life, you may need to know those as well. Or even as a manager, you may need to know certain things. So you want to be able to have that to be able to explain the benefits of using certain things, so that your client gets the best information to make what we're going to go into next, which is explaining the options. What are your options? What are your options for being able to explain the options? Let's say you want to explain the options that they'll have, or supply options. I'm sorry, I said explain the benefits, and then you're going to supply the options. Here's your options for doing this. Here are your options for what you want to do. So that when you supply options to people, you give them, you can narrow it down for them, because some people will be all over the place when it comes to a decision, or are very indecisive. But if you give them 3 options, then they're able to say, wow, I like that one, but I don't like that one. Or I like this one, but I don't like that one. One of the things that I learned being in corporate America, one of the techniques that they taught to us was giving people the option to be able to, you give them 1, 2, 3, 4 options. You give them option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Option 1 may be something that's kind of conservative. Option 2 may be something that's kind of, a little more fashion forward, but not, not too risky. Option 3 is something that's just totally out the box, that they would need, that they would never have thought of doing, or whatever. And then option 4 is just something that's way fashion forward, that's just way beyond what they are used to do. It takes them out of their box. When I've had clients that have come to me and they want to write a book, but then they tell me, well, I'm not a speaker. So what we talk about is, of course, them having to make the adjustment of one of their options is that you can do for being becoming an author, is to, of course, use the platform as a speaker to be able to grow your audience, to be able to grow your book audience. The book becomes a launching pad for you doing other things, because you'll be able to be seen as an expert, as an entrepreneur, having the business consulting, what you can do. Well, I'm not sure about this particular business, or how can I do this or do that? Well, not only can you have this particular product that you want to offer, but what happens is you may find out that your clients need additional products or services that you can then offer them. So if you give them other options in addition to what they may be looking for, then you kind of add to, at the beginning, like I just said, you not only meet their need, but you exceed the expectation that they have for doing business with you. And there's nothing better than somebody seeing something that they, in a way that they did not that they did not see it before they came to you, but they now see it after they've talked to you. And that's one of the things that I try to stress, and that I try to do with the clients that I have. I want them to think big, and not just think inside of a particular box, because I think when you think inside of a box, you limit yourself. And if you're open to doing different things that will ultimately assist you in increasing your bottom line, it will assist you in being able to better be more of an answer to your clients than you could have imagined. And what they'll do is you'll give them other ways to be able to do business with you, other than just the one particular product, one particular service that you may offer to them. So that's what supplying options will do. And then the last one actually is, it's time to make a decision. So if you gather the information, if you have an understanding of your client's needs, or your potential client's needs, and you can you know what products and services that you offer to them and that are the best products and services to them. You can explain explain the benefits to them about their particular product or service that you have, or explain the benefits of doing something a particular way, or using a particular platform, or using a particular technique or anything like that. They are more apt to kind of listen to you, and you supply options to them. Then they are able to make a more effective and precise decision, smart decision. They're able to make a time, they can make the decision with the knowledge, information, and resources that will allow them to best be able to get the most out of their particular product that they're purchasing from you, or the best particular service that they are using from you, and what that will allow you to do when they make that informed decision, when they make that decision that is best for them. They will see that, wow, this kind of really helped me to be able to get where I'm trying to get to and do what it is that I'm trying to do. Because have you ever gone to the store, or you've gone to, just get whatever it is, you've done business with somebody before, and they've assisted you with all of those things that I just talked about, and when it came to for you to again do something, or even when you knew somebody needed a particular product or service, you referred them to them because of that very thing. So if you can do all of those things that I just mentioned to you in summary, when you can do all of those things, you allow yourself to be able to become a better salesman. You allow yourself to, because I'm totally not a salesman. And when I started thinking about these things, I'm like, wow, this is a way that I can not only help myself, but I can also help my clients. I can help potential clients that that I will have, to be able to see and assess themselves in the products and services that they'll offer to their clients, their customers, that they'll be able to have. And if you have a strategy in place, if you have a plan in place to be able to do the things that you want to do, and be able to offer the things that you want to offer, it makes it so much better in doing business. And I promise you, you will have you'll do three things. You'll increase you'll create a healthy work environment for yourself, because you'll be in an environment where you're comfortable, where you know what it is that you have to do. You'll know what it is that you want to do, and then you can actually know what it is that you have to do in order to be able to have to be able to meet the needs of the clients that you have and exceed the expectations. But you'll create a healthy work environment. You'll maximize your productivity, because you won't have to spend time with people who you know that you don't meet their particular needs, or you don't have their particular answer. And you're not going to be the answer for everyone. You have people that you will not be the answer for, but you'll get to that knowledge a lot faster if you have this system in place, if you have the thing in place that you can actually do. So, and then the third thing from that, because you're going to create the healthy work environment, you're going to maximize your productivity by being pinpoint, precise in the people that you target, the clients that you take on. The last thing is you'll increase your bottom line. If you can do those three things by doing these things, using this guest experience program, guest experience system that I'm talking about, you will, trust me, be able to make that bottom line look a lot better. You'll be able to take your brand to the next level that you're trying to take it to. And that's the intent. My intent is to assist you to be able to take your brand to the next level, to be able to increase your exposure, and to be able to impact people's lives, impact organizations' lives, impact corporations' lives in such a way that they're better after they have their encounter with you than they were before they had their encounter with you. Because I liken myself, well, I call myself the impact chaser. And when you can impact when you can impact your clients' lives in such a way like this, I believe that you make them better, and as a result of that, you not only meet their need, but you exceed their expectation. So that's it for today. This is the brand new development series brought to you by Black Professional Men. And as you all may or may not know, Black Professional Men is a 501c3 nonprofit organization whose mission is to ensure the future of the African American male. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to impact lives in such a way that, or the young lives, so that they get prepared for the journey that they are on, but also that we prepare them for the workforce, that we prepare them for entrepreneurship, that we prepare them for the things that they are going to gain out there. So, and this also is for the Black Professional members that we have. And if you'd like to become a member of Black Professional Men, you can actually check out the website, www.bpminc.org. You can go there, check out all of the great things that we have going on for the members. Hopefully this was something that you can use as a tool for your business, for our business partners. Hopefully this is something that you can use as well to be able to gain some information, knowledge, information, and resources that you can use to be able to benefit you as well. If you have any questions or comments, please place them in there. Place them in the comments field, and I will be sure to get back with you with those particular answers for you, to make sure that we answer them for you. But it's been grand. Y'all know what I say. 2020, fast and furious, move with purpose and passion. It's your boy, Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Chaser, because when you chase the impact, you change the world. So we'll see y'all next month. Join me, and we'll talk to you soon.